We've got a new format in Utah. I'll let you know what that is. And we're going to be on a national stage on Fox. I'll let you know exactly when to tune in. And we've got some players in, some players out of the country, and some new partnerships. I'll break it all down. It's next. What is happening, everybody? It is time for another Draw Reveal show presented by Ensure. This week, the Black Desert Resort Red Rock Open. Can't wait to get out to St. George. Let's take a look at the storylines. And we all reformat stuff all the time. Well, guess what? This tournament is reformatted. So here's how it's going to work. Singles on Wednesday through the quarterfinals. Then we've got mixed doubles on Thursday, men's and women's doubles on Friday, semifinals Saturday, and championship Sunday. So that is the order in this Open. That's going to be a lot of fun. Next, feeling foxy always, but in this case, guess what? National Fox on Sunday, 4:30 to 6:30 Eastern. Big showcase for our amazing sport. Can't wait to show the country our great athletes. Next up, attitude in the altitude. Yeah, over 2,800 feet above sea level here. A lot of players from Utah love the home fans and love that elevation. We'll see if that helps them do well. Next up, it is spring break time across the country, and we have some players out of the country. We have some players not playing. That includes Ben Johns, Anna Bright, Tyson McGuffin, and Kate Fahey, to name a few. We'll show you the impact of all of that on the draws here coming up. And then finally, it's an open book, 1,000 points to the winners. This is going to be terrific. Let's get into the draws, and let's start, as we always do, with women's singles. And Anna Leigh Waters has the heart of a champion, had that struggle against Brooke Buckner, and Mesa came roaring back, has not lost in 2025. She is the standard across the board in women's pickleball. And we've got a new feature with our Ensure player to watch. We're going to show you their projected road to the final just to see what could be in their path. Again, we're just plotting the higher seed throughout. Upsets happen all the time. But her projected path could include Marcella Honus, the 15 seed in the quarters, Mary Brasha, who is the defending champion, and then another battle with Leah Jansen. So that's what it would be. Smaller draw in women's singles this time than some others that you'll see here in a second. Let's take a look at it. So there's Anna Leigh Waters up at the top. Yeah, Mary Brasha is your defending champion. Let's see if she can make a run to at least get that opportunity to battle Anna Leigh Waters again. But Anna Leigh is a handful. Leah Jansen down below here. Jeannie Bouchard is the 8 seed, had that terrific win over Brooke Buckner at the Masters and has not had a signature win since then. Can she get something going? And then I just love this Alex Trung Ingram matchup. Ingram, the youngster, is somebody that really hits the ball with a lot of pace, is someone I have my eye on. Can she get a signature win? Trung was terrific in McKinney, Texas. On this side, Caitlin Christian's the 2 seed. She was female church and then hasn't made the last couple of Sundays. Let's see if she can find her best form and get there. Paris Todd was unbelievable in women's doubles. We'll talk about that later on, but always a threat with the 2E. And then Catherine Parento has sat out a bunch of singles. She's back as the 5 seed, so that Paris Todd, Catherine Parento potential early quarterfinal is a lot of fun. So smaller draw, still a lot of big names right there. Will Anna Leigh race to another title? We'll find out. Now let's look at the men's singles, and Christian Alshon, what a machine. Finally won a men's singles championship in Cape Coral, and all he did to back it up is win again. So 2 in a row for Alshon, one in McKinney, Texas. He was terrific, played against his men's doubles partner, who was also in the final, that being Federico Staksrud. But Alshon's forehand and general pterodactylness was just too much for people to deal with. Let's take a look at his projected road. DJ Young in the round of 32, the 26th seed. Yates Johnson, the 11th seed. Yates is still on his way back from that injury he suffered at the end of last year. His singles is terrific. He's on his way to full health, so watch out for him. Connor Garnett, the 3 seed in the quarters, and then he would face Federico Staksrud if they both make it all the way to the semifinals. But we know the men's singles draw is rough. So this is what it takes just to get to Sunday, let alone win it for Alshon. Let's take a look at his draw. Church was back in session on Sunday, but he didn't like the hymnal as Alshon took it to him. But Fed is the number 1 seed. He'd have an early round battle with Noe Cliff, who just keeps getting better and better, more consistent. He's always in the mix. Jack Sock lost in the finals in this event last year. He's the 7th seed. And then Pablo Tellez had that horrific car accident at the end of last year, has been trying to get all the way healthy so he can play singles. He anticipates being ready to go here, so we could have Sock and Tellez early, but that section of the draw is rough. Down below is no picnic either. Garnett, Tui Nation, is the 3 seed. He could run into Max Freeman very early. Freeman and Johnson Cola early round matchup to note, and then right into Garnett. And then there's Alshon down below as the 6th seed. I'd enjoy it if we just had that, but we have all of this over here. Hunter Johnson is the 2 seed, as I mentioned. Ben John's not in this event. Hunter Johnson I've got my eye on because he had to scratch in the middle of the bronze medal match in McKinney from that ankle injury. We'll see if he is at 100% fitness. What's up with these Johnson twins? We need to get them healthy. The 4 seed, Jaume Martinez Vic, still searching for that first gold. He has made a final this year. He is playing some terrific pickleball. He could have an early run-in with Zane Ford, the 14 seed, who beat Ben Johns in McKinney, Texas, and is filled with confidence. Let's see if he can make a run. QD, always a threat as the 5 seed. And then there's the youngster, Lucian Goins from Bradenton, Florida, signed after making a run and grabbing bronze down there in Cape Coral. I love to see once these players arrive, what do they do once they do that? So men's singles is always fantastic. And again, we'll play through the quarterfinals on Wednesday, hold the semis until Saturday, and then play Championship Sunday. So love the new format. For all the great content on the Carvana PPA Tour YouTube page, like and subscribe, and you gotta hit that bell because you'll get notifications the second there's something new. I know you love pickleball like I do, so don't miss anything. See ya. So that covers singles. Let's get on to mixed doubles, and there they are, J-Dub and Georgia Johnson. Last 2 times they've played together, they have made the final. They won in Mesa, but then they ran into an absolute buzzsaw in Annalee Waters and Ben Johns in the final in front of the flash mob in McKinney, Texas, right outside of Dallas. They're looking to get back and grab that gold. Let's see what their path looks like. Marcella Honus, Marshall Brown, the 29 seed. Then the veterans, Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright in the round of 16, the 14 seed. Leah Jansen and Riley Newman were amazing against this team. They had 3 match points on their paddle in McKinney and couldn't cash, losing 14-12 in the third to these 2. So a rematch there would be spectacular. And then Etta Tuionatoa and Federico Staksrud, that's a very good team. They're playing back-to-back. That'll help with their chemistry. So that's what it's going to take for the Johnsons to reach the final. Let's look at the details of the draw. There you see the Johnsons up at the top. I mentioned the prowess of Leah Jansen and Riley Newman. Leah's been playing terrific across the board. Her game has elevated in 2025. Tuionatoa and Staksrud are there, and Paris Todd and Deckel Barr together down there as the 6th seed. So can they get into the mix? They're certainly capable. On my left, Catherine Parento and Christian Alshon. They're terrific. They've made a ton of finals. They are going to be a handful on this half of the draw. Megan Dazan and Andre Diescu, Team Proton, back together. They haven't made a huge push all the way into a final, certainly capable. Andre is playing fantastic, and Megan has all that pace, so we'll see if they can really make it happen. And again, Megan being from Utah will have a lot of fans behind her. Hurricane Tyra Black and Big Papa Jimmy, that just sounds like a fun team to watch. All the firepower of Jimmy, all the defense, and then that offense from Tyra, that'll be fantastic. And then Rachel Rohrabacher and Hayden Patriquin are the 5 seeds. So mixed doubles, always a ton of fun. Anna Leigh Waters is in singles and women's doubles, but not playing mixed with Ben out of the country for this one. So we'll see who makes it not only to Sunday, but also to Saturday in this new format. Now, on to gender doubles. Let's start with the ladies. And look at this pairing. Anna Bright, not in this tournament, so Rachel Rohrabacher and Paris Todd coming together. That will be fun to watch because, as I mentioned earlier, Paris was absolutely electric in women's doubles in winning the title in McKinney with Hurricane Tyra Black. Let's look at their path to a potential final. Ava Ignatowicz and Marcela Honus, the 16 seed. Then they would run into the quarterfinals, Lucy Kovalova and Leah Jansen. And finally, Etta Tuionatoa and Elise Jones. That is a handful because that is 2 ladies from Utah. So you want to get to Sunday, there's your path. Let's take a look at the draw. Catherine Parento and Anna Leigh Waters are the top seed. And guess what? They are ticked off. Why? Because they didn't make it to the semifinals for the first time in their history playing together. Yeah, just let that settle in. That's how dominant they have been. They lost to Callie Smith and Etta Tuionatoa in McKinney, so they are going to be on an absolute rampage. Look out for them. They could run into Jackie Kawamoto and Vivian David. That's a very good team. Watch out for them. Down below, Tyra Black, who won that gold medal, didn't have to go through AL and CP. She and Paris beat the girlies in convincing fashion. So Tyra and Georgia, that is something special. Down below, Callie Smith will have tons of fans. They wear the braids just like Callie. I love it there. She's got Lindsay Newman by her side. And then the Brashas down here, I'm looking for a big push from them in one of these tournaments. Haven't seen them make a deep run. Certainly talented enough to do so. So that's that side. Over here, there's Todd and Rohrabacher, Lucy Kovalova and Jansen, the 5. Etta and Elise Jones, the 4. And then Mari Humberg and Megan Dazan. So again, some of these folks are going to be honorary Utah citizens. Mari Humberg with Megan Dazan will certainly get a lot of cheers for her. So we love women's doubles. This is what it looks like in Utah. Now, finally, let's look at the men's doubles. The top seed, Hayden Patriquin and Federico Staksrud back together. They have won together. They are a terrific team. Let's see what their projected draw to the final could look like. Qualifiers in the round of 32, and then Smith and Kohler in the round of 16 as the 14 seed. Look at this new partnership. Jaume Martinez-Vick and Matt Wright as the 5. That is very talented. And then C.J. Klinger and J.W. Johnson. This is a team I think has the capability to win the whole thing. That would be an epic semifinal if these 4 meet, but a lot of work to get there. Let's look at the rest of the draw. So there's Patriquin up there as the 1. Jaume Martinez-Vick and Matt Wright as the 5. C.J. Klinger and J.W. Johnson. I just love the righty-lefty there. Another new team that is very fun over on this side, Riley Newman and Augie Guh. Righty-lefty also on that team. If they can find chemistry early, they'll be an absolute menace. And then Max Freeman and James Ignatowicz. Okay, here's the deal with them. Vandy, South Florida, and now both drafted in the free agency draft for Major League Pickleball by the Chicago Slice. So watch out for them. I see that 11 there. That is danger, danger. Watch out for them. So that's one side. Over here. Oh, we haven't mentioned the 2 seed yet. All they do when they enter is win. Andre Diescu and Christian Alshon didn't play together for a couple tournaments. Now they're back together. They went through Arizona just wrecking the place. They won in Tucson, they won in Mesa, and they're playing a bunch in a row together. Those are two massive players. They are going to be very tough to beat. The 8 seed, Hunter Johnson and QD, really good on the singles court. Let's see how they come together in doubles as the 8 seed. Noah Cliff and Tyler Loong, another righty-lefty combo. We'll see if they can find chemistry. Not a first-time partnership, though. And then look at this. We've got French and Stone against their buddy Yvonne and Jack Sock. There's going to be talking, chirping across the net. That is going to be fun. 15-18. Jay DeVilliers and Pablo Tejas. I like this partnership. Is this the week Jay can make a big move? And then down below, Rafa Hewitt and Julian Arnold on the same side of net. You think there was chirping up above. Wait till those two get rolling. They will play DJ Young and Eric Onsens, who have so much talent. Onsens made a great run with Alex Trung in mixed doubles in McKinney. So men's doubles has been spectacular in 2025. Can't wait to see who makes their way to Sunday. So Utah, you are up. After that, we're heading to North Carolina, back-to-back years. Can't wait to see who plays well in North Carolina at the Veolia North Carolina Open. And then guess what? It's time for another slam in Atlanta, May 13th through the 19th. And then the Select Medical Orange County Cup, June 17th to the 22nd. So you might be saying, I feel like there's a lot of gaps in there. Well, Major League Pickleball starts at the end of April, and there will be a bunch of events. So don't worry, you're going to be able to get your pro pickleball fix on throughout the coming months. So where can you watch all this great action? As I mentioned before, we've got National Fox Sunday, got a bunch of FS1 and FS2 in there as well. And of course, Pickleball TV. Get the app and download it today. You get all the DVR features and everything else you need to take your favorite sport with you anywhere you go. So that's the Draw Reveal Show. Can't thank our sponsor, Ensure, enough for being a part of this. And can't thank you enough at home for watching this show and all the great athletes on the Carvana PPA Tour. Peace.